Hey guys, so today I'm coming to you with sort of an announcement. I thought this video that I was going to make for this week was going to be very, very different, but it is not. Bear with me guys, I am still trying to register what's going on in my mind. So, on the 21st of January this year, I got my period, and that was fine. I had it for about a week, about 7 days, very heavy, normal period. Then about 4 or 5 weeks later, found out that I was pregnant. Yay! I was and am still pregnant. It is now, we're almost in the first week of April. So I tried to take a pregnancy test and it came up negative, but I was having symptoms of pregnancy when we first got out. So I went to my doctor, who has been my doctor for about 5 years now, or just about, about 5 years now. And I said to him that I'm getting all the normal pregnancy symptoms, like with my body, how my body reacts with pregnancy. It's pretty damn clear when I'm pregnant and when I'm not pregnant. So my doctor ran a blood test and I had to wait 2 days for the results. I went back. I am pregnant at that time. I was like, cool, excellent. So he sent me for a scan. No. Then the following week, so there was no scan yet, the following week on the Wednesday we got another blood test done, because my levels were so low in the first blood test, but it was still showing that I was pregnant. It was saying that I was definitely pregnant, but the levels were on the lower side, so I was still like early weeks, like 4 to 5 weeks. I got the scan, got the blood test done on the following Wednesday, so a week later, and I got the results on the Friday once again, and my levels have gone up. The following Tuesday, I had my first scan. They said that my sac was there, but there was no fetus in it. This could have just been because it was too early. I was meant to be 7 weeks, 4 days at this point in time. And we were like, okay, so it's not entirely bad news, it's a bit too early. My doctor then sent me for another blood test on the Wednesday, so the next day sent me for another blood test, and I got the results the next day. They were actually in the next afternoon, because I was having severe cramping to the point of almost tears at my diploma. I was going and doing my practical stuff and my practical side of things, and I actually had to leave because I was in serious pain. No bleeding, no spotting, no nothing. Just pain. I went and saw a doctor that wasn't my doctor but worked in the same centre, so all my stuff was on file. And he said that the cramping would be normal, it's fine, yada yada yada. And gave me my blood test results that I got the previous day. He pronounced it as, so my first lot of blood test was 2,400. No, 1,200? 1,700. Something like that, around 1,700. Then my second lot of blood test, it was 9,200, so 9,200. So it had gone up, so we were happy. Then we got the scan, it said there was nothing in there, so we got another blood test to prove that my levels had gone up. My levels, the doctor pronounced it as 2,300. So 2,300, which means my levels had gone down. I broke down in friggin' tears like no tomorrow. I was so heartbroken that it wasn't funny. And I looked over at the computer, and because he had mispronounced it, I was having an anxiety attack in the doctor's surgery for no reason. He got the numbers fucking wrong. So my numbers were 23,500. So more than double what my blood test results were the week before. We then went for another scan the following Monday. So this was on the Thursday that I got this result. On the following Monday, we got another scan, and there was still nothing in there. And it was going to be diagnosed as a blighted ovum or just too early. They said it still might be a bit too early. So this week is what we're on now. On Tuesday afternoon, night, I started spotting, and I kind of have already braced myself that I was going to lose the baby. No matter what, I was going to lose the baby. So I started spotting, and I rang my mum, and I texted my husband because he was at work, and I rang one of the after-hour doctors things, and they said call the hospital area that you talk to about miscarriages and stuff. And I rang them, and they said if it's not heavy bleeding, don't worry about it, just go to your doctor within 12 hours. The next morning, or just after midday, I went and saw my doctor, my normal GP. This was on Wednesday. So this was 4 weeks after we found out. 3 blood tests later, 2 ultrasounds so far. He sent me for another ultrasound, which has pretty much determined that I am having a miscarriage. I go back and see my doctor tomorrow. So today is Thursday that I'm filming this, and my video will be up tonight. And I go and see my doctor tomorrow, my actual doctor tomorrow. and take my results that I got from him, from the scan place, and I go and talk to him about what's next, whether we do another blood test and see if my levels have risen again and hold out hope, or if we just leave it as is and let my body try and take its toll naturally. I have pretty much given up hope. This is the third scan. It's a lot of energy, a lot of effort, a lot of heart throbbing, like anxiety, a lot of depression every time the scan is wrong. Well, not the scan's wrong, like the scan tells me that there's nothing in there, and I don't. After Magenta, who is almost 2, I had 2 miscarriages already. I had one around Christmas, and then I had one on my wedding day. And I didn't let it affect me. But this one, I think because we've taken so much time, it's so much effort, and like, it's so much hope and joy, and I think what makes it worse is Dante thinks of the baby as a baby dinosaur because I showed him a photo on the app that said I was about 7 weeks if we go off my gestational dates. I would be 9 weeks, 4 days today. 5 days today, sorry. So I'd almost on my app, at 7 weeks I showed Dante a photo, and he said it looked like a baby dinosaur. So in his head, Mummy was having a baby dinosaur. I think he'd be very disappointed if I was. If we came home with a baby and not a baby dinosaur. But trying to explain to my 3-year-old that Mummy lost that Mummy doesn't have baby dinosaur anymore, and baby dinosaur's gone to heaven, and I think that's the worst part, is trying. I've already had 2 miscarriages before, like I've dealt with, like I've not let it affect me so much, but this time I think it's different because I've had so many blood tests, I've had so many ultrasounds. Dante knows, he's a bit more clued on to what's going on, not like when I was pregnant with Magenta. He was still only like 18 months, so he wasn't really like all maturity level that he is now, and so he knows what it means. And I think the hardest thing for me is that yet again my body can't hold pregnancy again, and I have to explain to him that there's no more baby. And I feel like I've let Michael down. Michael's my husband, for those who don't know. And I feel like I've let my kids down, and myself. can't, I don't, I don't know where to go from here. I don't know if I want to hold out hope and that, or let it be diagnosed as incomplete miscarriage. That's what it says on the form. I don't want to hold out hope anymore, because I don't want to have to go through this pain anymore. I don't want to have to go through this pain. Of not only letting myself down, but my family, and being a failure at the one thing a woman is meant to do. And I'm so blessed, because I have two I've already got two beautiful children, two healthy, beautiful children. But I'm so blessed because I have them, and that I survived to have them. But I just feel like a failure for my family and myself, and the fact that yet again I've lost a baby. So I am gonna leave that there, and I will try and update everyone on social media as much as possible, but I please just ask for everyone to be gentle with your criticism and not be so harsh, and try and allow my family, and if I'm not on social media, and this is why I've been a bit distant from social media lately, is that I am grieving with my family, and we need time to process what's going on. And I have mental health issues, and for me this is a big thing for me to take on with those health issues. So I just want everyone to, you know, just be thankful for what you've got, and if things don't happen the way that you plan, take it like a nail on the head and just embrace it and move forward. And this is actually on camera the first time I've cried about this. I've kept pretty strong the whole time. So for everyone, please just allow my family to grieve in our own way. I really appreciate all the support and love that I've gotten so far from my immediate family that have been told. But just everybody just love life and just try and embrace every moment that you have, because there is things that are going to happen to anyone, and you just need to move forward and take a nail on the head and get past it. And it's going to be hard, and you're going to have roads, but I think it'll be okay. Bye guys.